Good morning, everyone! So, for today's video, I'm coming at you guys with a cushion review. And this cushion review is going to be on Makeup Forever's UV Bright Cushion of Foundation, which I picked this up in Korea last time I was there. I've been using this for a couple weeks and I wanted to share with you guys my thoughts. Excited when I saw this in the airport when I was leaving Korea, so of course I had to pick one up. And this is available in 5 different shades. The shade that I have is Y245, and this actually was the darkest shade that they had available. At least that's what I asked the sales lady. Now I know that there are 5 shades, and I was looking online and it looks like there is a R330 Warm Ivory available, which I'm not sure if that's a shade darker than this or if it's a different undertone. Sometimes Makeup Forever kind of confuses me, in all honesty, with their undertones, especially because this is not really yellow based, which I will get to in a second, which usually is what Y stands for. If you guys are curious, usually in Makeup Forever foundations in the US, I'm a Y315, so I'm a bit darker than a Y245, but because I wanted to review this for you guys, I was like, whatever, just give it to me and I'll run around with a not matching foundation. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and talk about the coverage of this cushion foundation. Personally, I was very unhappy with the coverage of this foundation. I felt like it could have more coverage, although I do understand that having a higher coverage cushion foundation usually means it's a little heavier on the skin, and this is supposed to be lightweight and more of a natural looking cushion. So I understand that, but you almost have to have almost perfect skin in order for you to wear this, because if you have any acne, if you have any discoloration on your skin, if you have any hyperpigmentation, you're not going to be able to cover it with this cushion foundation. And also, I know it says customable coverage in the specs of the foundation. However, and I'll kind of cover this in a following point that I have, you cannot layer this cushion foundation because it does not set. Now, looking at the blendability of this cushion foundation, I did find it was very blendable. With this cushion foundation, I'm able to blend it onto my skin within 1 to 2 minutes, and I feel like that's pretty satisfactory when it comes to cushion foundations. You don't have to work with it too much to get it to blend into your skin, so I was pretty happy with that. As far as how long this lasts, this cushion foundation does not last long at all. The most this will last on your skin if you're wearing it alone is 3 to 4 hours without adding a primer or a powder. If you do kind of use a primer and a powder, honestly, it'll really only extend it maybe an hour. I really like low maintenance foundations. I like something that covers all my flaws and that I don't have to touch up throughout the day or worry about or look at constantly. And unfortunately with this thing moves around like crazy. So as I was wearing it, I could see like my pores coming through. I could see where my laugh lines, the foundation was creasing right here by my mouth. It was creasing under my eyes. For some reason on my nose, it just always seemed to disappear, and I was making an effort not to touch my nose. But this does not last that long at all. I have been wearing the Makeup Forever cushion on my skin now for 4 hours, and the reason why I want to hop on here is because I'm not very happy with how this is wearing, and I wanted to show you guys what is going on. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it, but in here, in my smile line, you see that line? It's definitely creasing all over my skin. You can see it also in my like fine lines up here. And on my nose, I'm not sure what happened here because I wasn't eating spicy food or anything today, but for some reason, it's just like missing foundation, and then it looks uneven and patchy, and it's kind of showing my pores, and on my cheeks even, it's kind of emphasizing my pores a little bit. Now the finish of this cushion foundation is something where I want to give it some thumbs up. I really love the finish of this cushion foundation. When they say dewy and natural, I feel like this is the perfect amount of dew. It's doable. What? I like how this looks on my skin. I do have dry skin, so during the winter time, sometimes I do like to switch it up. Have a little bit more of a glow, but I don't like to look like a grease ball. So this is kind of a good middle ground for me, but you know, again, didn't last all day. And also another issue that I found with this, which is kind of going back up to my point where I was talking about layering it is that it never set on my skin. Even like sitting here talking about the review, I have this on my skin now without anything else on top of it, and I can just feel my hair sticking to it and getting like product in my hair. Anytime I touch my face, whether it's like to itch my nose or do whatever I need to do, it just moves around. It catches every little dust particle floating around in the air. The finish looked beautiful, but the practicality of it for me and my personal preference, I just did not necessarily like it. And for those of you guys who are sensitive to fragrances, this does have a bit of a fragrance to it. I would say it's a little bit on the light side. It's not the most heavy fragranced cushion foundation that I've used. I'm not super sensitive to fragrances, so some of you guys might find it's a little overpowering, but like I said, I've definitely used cushion foundations that have a more prominent scent. Alright, so let me go ahead and sum up my overall thoughts of the Makeup Forever UV Bright Cushion Foundation. So, first point I want to hit on is number one, it only came in 5 different shades, and of course those shades were kind of split up between undertones, so warm undertone and I guess yellow undertone. So you really only get 2 to 3 shades of this maybe. And that was just so disappointing for me because in my head, Makeup Forever's mainstay, at least in the United States, is their huge range of foundations, right? Their Ultra HD foundations. You can basically find every single shade of foundation. It will match everyone. You can find something that'll be close to your skin tone. And I do understand that this is for Asian countries. Trends are totally different in Asia. Believe you me, I understand that, but I also know Asian people who have tan skin. I mean, I'm Asian, come on. Of course, my disappointment also came in a lot of different forms with this cushion foundation, whether it was it creased, it gathered in my fine lines, I didn't like necessarily the coverage, it did not set, I felt like it didn't last very long on its own, and even with a little bit of powder, concealer, primer, it still did not last that long, and I just felt like it was a little bit of a letdown considering Makeup Forever is kind of like a, not a high-end, but it's more of like a nicer brand, makeup brand. You know what I mean? Alright you guys, so I hope you enjoyed my review of the Makeup Forever UV Bright Cushion Foundation. Obviously you might have a different preference when it comes to cushion foundations. I hope I explained myself well enough. Obviously things are differently for everyone, and this was just kind of my take, my honest take on this cushion foundation and my experience. Let me know in the comment section down below if there are other cushion foundations or makeup products in general you want me to try. As always, I hope you guys are happy and healthy, and don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family, and I will see you guys in my next video.